Welcome back, Curry Crew. Today we are on site in Quebec City, Canada, and we're going to be trying some unique Canadian snacks. Now, before we jump into today's video, let me introduce you to some special guests that are going to be joining me. So first up, we have Vineet. So Vineet, tell us why you're here today.
Well, personally, I love snacks and food. So I heard that I got snacks and food here. I also live here, so I was obligated. Thank you.
And second question, how do you think these Canadian snacks will differ from what we have back home?
Well, I expect them to be a bit more French. Thank you.
And then the next guest that we have here today is Jeff. So Jeff, why are you joining us today?
Well, you see, I'm the only one that's driving a car here to get around to get these snacks, so I feel obligated to try some.
And then the second question that we have for you is, how do you think these Canadian snacks will differ from what we have back home?
I think Canadians will use less sugar. I don't know, everybody here that we saw so far seem pretty fit, and I think that has to do with the sweets that they eat, so.
Yeah, makes sense. I think now we can get started with our snack taste test. So before we get started, let me explain the rules of our taste test. We're going to be ranking each snack on a scale of 1 curry to 5 curries. We all have a set of cards that we're going to use to dictate our score, and then at the end we will take an average. The highest average is the best snack. So let's get started. So first up, we have Coffee Crisp. This is essentially like a chocolate covered wafer bar. I'm assuming it has coffee in it. So we're excited to try this. Let's get into it. All right guys, let's cheers. Then we can chow down.
Cheers.
It's a lot crispier than I thought it would be. Okay. Get ready to score. Get your cards ready. Alright. We're gonna reveal it in 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So I'll reveal it to the camera, to the curry cube. 3, 2, 1. Alright, what you got?
Okay, I put a 3.
I give it a 3.
I give it a 4.
Okay, you want to start?
Yeah, so I give it a 4. I think it's very, very good. I think it's like almost as good as a regular KitKat, but with like a slight coffee taste. And the reason I would have given it a 5 if they had more coffee taste in it, because with a name like Coffee Crisp, I expect more coffee. Like I barely taste any coffee. Why'd you give it a 3?
Yeah, some good points made. I agree, it also tastes very similar to KitKat. The reason I did not give it a higher score is because personally I'm not a coffee fan. I love coffee ice cream, I don't know, I'm not sure why, but I'm not a huge coffee fan. So I did like a little bit of the taste of the coffee. I don't know how it could have been better for me. It's just, you know, I'm personally not a coffee person. Yeah.
What about you?
So I said earlier that I thought Canadian sweets would be less sweet. I was wrong. This is sweeter than American food, but you know what? If you could trick yourself into thinking it's a KitKat, you'll almost think that it's like a day-old KitKat left in the open. But still pretty good. I'll still eat it, but yeah, not crazy about it.
Speaking of KitKat though, I think I actually would have given it a higher score if it was thinner like a KitKat.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a whole mouthful of a lot.
Yeah, it was very big. It seems like kind of like a KitKat, but like supersized.
Yeah.
Alright, so now let's move on to the next snack. Next up, we have Snack Pow, which essentially looks like trail mix, but in like a soda can, which I actually really like. I like the packaging a lot. Now, this is the sriracha flavored snack mix. I personally love sriracha, so I think I'm gonna like this one. So let's crack it open. Oh snap, it's even a pull tab. Take some, here you take some.
So I got seeds.
Yeah, we got some little like sunflower seed looking
Get the
things.
seeds. Let me get the seeds. I didn't get that.
You got some nuts in there, I think. We got some like crispy corn, like fried bits. All right, ready? Cheers in the middle. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's sink it. Okay. Okay. Get ready to rate. Pick your cards. Alright. Reveal it to the curry crew in 3, 2, 1. Alright, what'd you guys give it?
You gave it a 2.
A 2.
I gave it a 3.
We're on the
Same page today.
You can start first. Why'd you give it a 2?
Okay, so the reason I gave it a 2, I did also agree with you. I like the packaging. I think the whole opening experience was pretty cool. Flavor-wise, it felt very plain. I expected more of a flavor blast of sriracha, some, I don't know. I feel like texture-wise it was there.
Yeah.
But flavor just, it wasn't there for me. That's why I gave it
Yeah,
a 2.
what about you?
Yeah, agreed. Sriracha is used to enhance food, that I eat. Just needs a lot of enhancement. And also, this aftertaste is weird. I don't know about you guys. I don't like the aftertaste at all.
Yeah, after tasting a little bit, I kind of agree, yeah.
So, in terms of flavor and stuff like that, I'm on the same boat as you guys. I think if you write sriracha on the packaging, I better be tasting like a punch of sriracha. I do not get that here. Although I gave it a 3 because I gave it a bonus point for the packaging. Because I really like the packaging, like the opening experience. So like flavor alone, I was on track with like a 2. I gave it a little extra for the packaging and stuff like that. Alright, so now we can move on. Next we have Cadbury Caramilk. Now, while it does look like an ordinary Cadbury bar at first, I do see a question mark on it, so maybe it's like a mystery flavor. Like, maybe it's something like that. Or maybe it's just for fun, I don't know.
I would also think caramel involves milk, like a milk chocolate, and probably caramel.
Yes, that'd be an excellent guess with the name.
Yeah. And a question mark maybe is like something infused with caramel.
Yeah, like a mystery flavor that like they wanted us to try or something.
Whatever it is, it looks like it's oozing out the filling.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, let's see how it is. I just smell milk chocolate, but let's see how it is. Does it ooze out like we think it does? Ready?
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's go. Oh, it does ooze out. So just like pure caramel in there.
Yeah, no question in my mind.
No you guys can see that, but it's essentially just gooey caramel in the middle. First of all, there's question mark on the packaging, but there's no question mark on the actual piece. On the piece, it just says Cadbury.
Did you all get caramel for taste?
Okay.
I was thinking like maybe some more caramel and some more something else. Could be like the question mark, but I think it's all
just all caramel. So I'm curious as to why they have a question mark there. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know. Taste-wise, I think it just tastes like any general, like generic caramel milk chocolate bar. I don't think there's anything like unique or different about it.
You know what it reminds me of? Twix bar, but without that crunchy bits.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I do think it's good quality milk chocolate. I just think it's very like down the middle, like down the road thing. Alright, ready to score? Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright, what you guys got?
Someone else want to go first?
You gave it a 4. I gave it a 3. Oh, but since you give the highest, you want to explain why?
Well, 2 factors. 1, I love Twix, and this reminded me of Twix. And 2, compared to the first 2 things we had, I think this is a lot better. So I'm giving
I have
it
a question for you. Would the Twix be a 5 on your scale?
Ooh, yes, because I do feel like what I don't like about this, it's missing some texture. I feel like it just kind of melts in your mouth and that's it. You don't get really any crunchy bits, so that would have bumped this up to a 5 for me.
Okay. Yeah, I gave it a 3 because I thought, like I said, it was very average. So I'm just feeling like it's like the middle ground, like chocolate bar. It's not like blowing my mind, but it's also like not bad. So like a 3 down the road, like average.
Okay. Yeah, the reason I gave it a 3 is because I don't like caramel. So I feel like a lot of this is very, very biased. But I love milk chocolate. I don't like caramel. I agree with Jeff. If it was like a Twix, some kind of more texture, I would have given it a 4. Again, I still don't like caramel, but I would have given it a 4 for that reason.
Yeah, but I think unlike regular caramels, like this one's not like sticking in your teeth or anything like that.
That's very true.
So I think it does a little bit better in that regard than any other caramel would be.
Yep.
Wait, question. What do you think about people who say caramel?
They are not from where we are. I would think they're from the West Coast. We live on the East Coast of the United States.
Yes, if you say caramel, you're wrong. It's caramel.
We can't be friends. Alright.
Alright, let's move on. So guys, next up we're moving into chip territory. We got Ruffles, all dressed chips. I'm kind of curious as to what all dressed means. You know, on the front we have, I think, vinegar, we have onion, we have a red bell pepper. So maybe like vinegary onion type thing, you know, but I'm kind of curious to see how this tastes. So let's dig right in. You want to grab one?
I shall grab a chip.
You want to grab one right there. And I too shall grab a chip. Well, I got two. Oh, it smells very vinegary. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys like vinegar chips?
No.
All right, what about you?
I'm alright.
I'm not a huge fan of vinegar chips either.
It's not like sriracha to me though.
But I can see where you're coming from. Like sriracha also has this like vinegary note. Yeah, so I can definitely like see some type of vinegary type of thing. Okay, right, let's cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. All right, let's do this. They're very vinegary. Oh, but the aftertaste. The aftertaste is interesting. It starts off as like a punch of vinegar,
Yeah.
but then the more you eat it,
For sure.
like the aftertaste, I feel like gets a little bit better. Like the vinegar like dissipates.
You know, here in Canada 3 years ago, I left the country trying to get a bag of these, and I couldn't find any in the stores because they were sold out.
Wow, they're very popular. That means. All right, I think we can score these unless you guys want more to make a decision.
Let's take one more.
I think I have my decision now. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What'd you guys say?
Gave it a 4.
I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 3.
What? You want to start first this time?
Yes, I will start first. I gave it a 3 because similar to you in the last round, I don't like vinegar chips. So that was a big like knockdown on the score for me.
Yeah.
The only reason it doesn't have a lower score is because the vinegar flavor goes away pretty fast, and you're left behind with like a little bit of sweetness and like stuff from the onion and the pepper. So that was kind of like a little bit of a saving grace for me.
Yeah.
I don't hate them. They're not terrible. They're not like horrible. I would still eat them if they were like the only chips I had.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would get tired of them very quickly because of the high vinegar taste. You want to go next with your 4?
Yeah, I'll go with the 4. So I also do not like vinegar much at all, but I feel like it was not as strong as, for example, salt and vinegar chips. And as you said, the flavor goes away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I did like that. I kind of like a strong punch in the beginning. So I did like that, and you know, because it went away, I think if it had a little less of a vinegary taste, I would have given it a 5. But I liked it. I would definitely eat it, as you saw. I ate a few.
No, with number 5, clearly you love them.
I love them. Okay, so I gave it a perfect score because to me, snacks are all about enjoyability and repeatability, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm having a bad day, I go home, I find this on my table, I can snack on it all night without getting tired of it and feel better afterwards. So for that reason, I'm giving it a 5.
Now, when you say feel better, I feel like that much vinegar in your system would not make you feel good.
You know what? We'll use all the pain.
Alright, so with that being said, let's move on. So now we're moving into somewhat familiar territory. We have KitKat. However, we have a brand new flavor that I've never seen before. Popcorn.
What?
Popcorn KitKats. Now, there's popcorns on the packaging, so they're going pretty hard with the, you know, popcorn messaging that they're putting on this. Now, before we dig into this, do you guys want to predict whether it's popcorn texture in terms of like popcorn pieces, or do you think it's just pure popcorn like taste?
Could I say something before you even go for it? This does not look like a regular KitKat bar. I haven't felt the packaging, but it looks like it's with the thick one, like the coffee thing was.
It is.
So I'm not really looking forward to that as much because again, I don't like thick chocolate. But I would say your question, I think it would be the buttery flavor of the popcorn with that crispiness of the not Tic Tac,
Like the wafer.
KitKat bar, the wafer and the chocolate. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Same thing.
I feel like I'm gonna be in a movie theater when I eat this. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I feel like we're going with this expectation that it should be very buttery and like silky smooth and stuff. If it doesn't deliver, that's gonna be a disappointment.
Yeah.
But let's see how it is. Okay. I'll go with this. I think I'll still get the flavor profile.
Okay.
Right, ready?
Mhm.
Mine's a mess. So,
Cheers.
cheers.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
I feel like I'm literally eating like chocolate covered popcorn.
Mm. You know, that first bite, for me, it was all chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then the popcorn was like, hey, I'm still here. So, ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I think it literally just tastes like chocolate covered popcorn.
I agree.
Can't find anything wrong with that.
Yeah. I think we're good to go to rate it.
Mm.
Alright. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Alright, what'd you guys give it?
The 5.
I gave it a 5.
Give it a 2.
2.
Wow. Alright,
Almost a hater.
Since you're the clearly way off of us,
Yeah.
you know, why did you give it a 2?
Way too much chocolate. I felt way too much chocolate when I bit into it.
Mm.
It was very sweet for me, so I wasn't a huge fan. The popcorn felt like it was, I don't know, it felt almost like an afterthought for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I would have preferred the popcorn and chocolate flavor come together
Mm-hmm.
in the bite. But I think that's about it. It didn't live up to what I expected. I did like the crunchy bits of the popcorn. That's why I gave it a 2. Otherwise, I would have given it a 1. But I think if there was much less chocolate, if everything was kind of merged together into one bite, I think I would have probably gave it like a 4.
Okay. What about you?
You know what? I have to get this bonus points because creativity. I never expected chocolate and movie popcorn to be a thing. But yeah, surprisingly, so obviously if you just eat chocolate by itself, I feel like you get tired really easily. But I think that hint of popcorn flavor at the end makes you want more. I like that about it.
Yeah, I gave it a 5 because I love this. Like, this might be my new favorite KitKat flavor. Because I love that it has that, like you said, creativity of involving something like movie theater popcorn in there. You get a little bit of like salt crystals from the popcorn taste. You get the silky butteriness. You get a nice chocolate coating to it. I think it's just a really well balanced bar of essentially what you see on the packaging, chocolate covered popcorn essentially. So I think it was perfect. I think it was great, and I could eat like 5 of these.
You have chocolate on your nose.
That's great. Let's move on. Alright guys, next we have the Aero chocolate bars. We have 2 different flavors, so we're going to start with the peppermint one first. Now, straight off the packaging, they are literally putting feel the bubbles melt. So I feel like this should be like a very
Cool.
airy like chocolate. It should be very light on the inside. I'm going to try to bite into half so we can maybe see a cross section to see if we see bubbles in there, like air bubbles or air pockets. So let's see how it is.
You know what? The packaging reminds me of mouthwash, I'll be honest. So,
Maybe
looking
we use
forward.
this mouthwash.
Oh.
Ooh.
Break in half.
A break.
Oh, it's a strong peppermint smell.
Man, you can kind of see the bubbles.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see the
camera.
bubbles.
You could see those bubbles.
Mm.
Ooh.
It's a very strong peppermint smell.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about peppermint flavored stuff,
Mm.
like whether you like it or not. But I absolutely
Probably not.
hate
I know.
it.
You known you for quite some time now. I know.
You know what this smells like? Mint chocolate chip.
Anytime I have anything that's either peppermint flavored, mint flavored, or anything like that, I feel like you're just eating toothpaste.
A lot of people feel that way.
So I don't think I'm gonna like this. But I'm gonna give it a chance and see how it goes. Alright, let's dink it, or let's tap tips, or let's cheers, and let's go in. It's very airy. Very light in terms of like the texture. The texture is very unique. I don't think I've tasted a snack like this. Like on the inside.
Mm. I literally feel like it's mint chocolate chip ice cream
If it was cooler,
in
yeah.
candy format. Yeah.
Alright, I'm ready to rate this.
Okay.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. What'd you give it?
I give it a 4.
I give it a 2.
I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 2 because you already know
Yeah.
I don't like mint flavored stuff. The only reason it's getting a 2 and not a 1 is because it's a very unique texture that I've never tasted before in terms of like the air pocket or bubbles or whatever on the inside. That's why. I think the other flavor that we have, I'm probably gonna like more because it's not peppermint. But yeah, that's my two. What about you? What about 4?
The reason I give it a 4, I'm also not a huge fan of peppermint, but I do accept it in a lot of things, and I feel like I've been trying it more and more. I feel like other peppermint chocolates or things of that nature that I taste are very strong in peppermint. This had a light peppermint type flavor and the unique texture. So I do like peppermint and chocolate together. So for that reason, I gave it a 4.
So I love mint flavored chocolate, so this was a win for me, but I'm docking it a point because I don't think I can keep on having these. I think I'll have 2 bites and I'm good, but taste alone was pretty good.
Do you think you'd like dark chocolate peppermint better since it has a bit more bitterness?
Ooh, maybe. The chocolate's a bit too rich for me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I can still sort of taste it still.
Yeah, the peppermint's still like all on my tongue.
No, peppermint's great. I love the peppermint. It's great.
I'm gonna take a palate cleanse before we move on to our next flavor. Yeah, see now I feel like I just did like, a turmeric mouthwash.
So fresh.
My breath is like minty fresh.
Minty fresh bread. Yeah, what's better than that? You eat chocolate.
Yeah, but I don't want my food to be minty fresh.
Well, you're done eating at this point.
That is true. That is true. Now this is called Gold. This is the second flavor that we have. Now, just a quick read off the packaging. It does say it's caramelized white chocolate.
Ooh.
So I'm kind of excited to try this because I do like caramelized white chocolate.
I have to say, I am not. Look, I love white chocolate, by the way. Caramel sweet, white chocolate very sweet. So I have a very, very low expectation.
You want to take a
This
peek?
is not white chocolate.
I'm guessing the filling is.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Oh, it has a very caramelly type smell.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Smells like
I don't know if you're gonna like this if you don't like caramel.
I'll do my best.
I think it smells good though. Alright. Ready?
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. Alright, let's do this.
Tastes better than it smells for me. I thought I was gonna get smacked in the face with caramel liquor, but
Yeah, I agree. It's not as strong as it smelled off the nose. I think it's very good. I like it. Let's see what the score is gonna be though.
Okay.
I got my score ready.
Well,
Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. What'd you give it?
give it a
5.
3.
I give it a 5.
Of course.
Well, we know your 3 is probably because you don't like caramel, but you can explain a little bit further why a 3.
Yeah. I was gonna give it a 2,
Mm-hmm.
but I did like the fact that even though it smelled pretty strong, it had a light caramel flavor, similar to how the other one was with the mint. It was light mint. It was light peppermint. This was a light caramel, even though it smelled a bit strong. And for me, it was too sweet. And so that's why I gave it a 3.
Yeah, makes sense. What about you?
Well, if I gave the peppermint one a 4 because I couldn't have it over and over, I gave this one a 5 because I feel like I could. Like the smell, you would think it's gonna be way too sweet, way too creamy. The caramel flavor was literally attacking my nostrils. But once you taste it, it becomes very mellow and palatable. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I think I gave it a 5 because of the fact that I like milk chocolate, I like white chocolate, and I like caramel. I feel like this is a very good blend of all 3. I think you get the nice milk chocolate on the outside. You get a silky smooth, white chocolate type feel when you're eating it. But you also get that hint of caramel that if you like it, it's great for you. If you don't like it, you're probably not going to be a huge fan. But like Jeff said, it's not as strong as it smells. So I think even for people who don't love caramel, I think it's somewhat tolerable.
No, I would agree. I wouldn't say the caramel lowered the score for me. I think the caramel actually helped the score. I think it was too sweet. I would not be able to eat more than 2 ever.
Yeah, I get that. It's definitely a little bit on the sweeter side. I think it's just at the border of perfect amount of sweetness. I don't think it's crossing that line of being overpoweringly sweet for me. Alright, we can move on to the last snack that we have in this snack taste test. So guys, we have a drum roll going for the last snack of our taste test. It is the infamous ketchup chips from Canada.
Yes, sir.
I feel like most people already know about these when they hear about, Canadian snacks. Most people are aware of them. If you're not, you're like him, who didn't know that this was a thing. But I feel like most people know about Canada. They know that ketchup ketchup chips, are a huge, huge deal in Canada. So I'm excited to try these for the first time ever. I think Jeff has already tried them before in the past.
Yeah.
And Denise and I have never tried them, so
You
I'm
tried
fired
them?
up. Nope, I've never tried these before.
Wow.
So I'm excited to try these. I don't know how he feels, because he doesn't like tomato stuff. But again, it's ketchup. I think you like ketchup, right? So
It's okay.
you should be somewhat okay with this. Now I'm just gonna smell it first real quick. Oh yeah, that's definitely ketchup. That's the first smell you can tell. When you smell it, you can tell, whoo, it's ketchup. Alright, you wanna grab one?
Okay, let me see
They are
if I can grab.
very red.
Here we go.
I'm excited for you guys, honestly. This is.
They're
I'm
very
already
red.
expecting a 5 from you.
Right. Well, let me give a bit of a backstory. So, as I mentioned, 3 years ago, I tried to get the all-dress chips, couldn't find any. But I found like 2 big bags of ketchup chips. Was supposed to bring one home for my friend. I ended up eating his pack by accident because it was so good.
Alright, so I'm excited. He's hyped it up a lot. Let's see if it, underperforms, underdelivers, or overperforms. Let's see what happens. So let's cheers. Cheers. You're going very heavy with the big chip.
Yeah, I want all the flavors.
Alright, let's do this.
Woo! That's the ketchup chip.
I love ketchup. Just anything ketchup, you got me. That's the way to my heart.
Yeah, as you can see, I keep eating these because I really like them. Because I love ketchup. So, this is great. What about you? What do you think so far on the first initial taste you got?
Yeah, we'll see in the scores.
You're about to offend the whole country if you get anything less than a 5.
I'm no chef.
Well, I don't get to be a chef for this. You're just tasting.
No, I'm good.
What? Oh no.
Okay, I think we know what his score is going to be, or at least in what range. But yeah, let's get ready to give our scores. Alright. 3,
Well,
2.
hold on, I have to change. I can't do this.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Alright, what'd you give it?
Give it a 1.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I give it a 5.
I give it 15. Okay? That's how good it was. And he doesn't know what he's talking about. Canada should bar you from entering the country again. Unbelievable.
Alright, we're gonna say yours is a 5, because our scale is 1 to 5, but we get you love it a lot. Now, I know you don't like it because you gave it a 1.
Really?
What was your original score before you said I can't do this?
Wait, are you sure you don't mean 1 as in like it's first place?
No.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
first on the bottom.
Now, what was the thing about it that you didn't like? Or also, first I want to know is, why did you say I can't do this? What was your original score that you were about to give?
My original score, I'm like, okay, maybe I should be a little bit political about this, not drive away anyone from Canada. But then I'm like, no, I pride myself in being honest with what I like, what I don't like. So my original score is actually going to be a 2. Still not the greatest score, but I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get less haters for giving me a 2. No, I can't. I couldn't do it. Gave it a 1.
So what is it about you that you don't like it? What is it about this that you don't like?
I felt like I squirted a bottle of ketchup into my mouth, and I started chewing it, and it became crunchy, and then I swallowed that. Now, for those of you who like ketchup, I'm sure that's a blast. I'm okay with ketchup. Like, we have a good relationship. As a child, I ate bowls of ketchup. So if like a child me were to try this, he would love it. But right now, I can't. It was very, very strong. And it was too much. Like, I felt like it was more overpowering than vinegar, and I don't like vinegar. So that's where I'm coming from. Would I eat it again? No.
Wow.
There we go. There's my. Thank you.
I give it a 5. I love ketchup. I do agree it is very strong as an initial taste, similar to the vinegar chips, like the all-dress chips that we had. The reason I like these more than the all-dress is this has that same type of vinegar punch with a little more sweetness and a little more like subtlety a little bit, I guess, in a sense, where it's not as like full sour. And that's why I like it a lot more than that. Like I think if vinegar was this kind of like type of vinegar where it's like mixed in with a little bit of sweetness and stuff, I think it would be better for me. What about you?
Did you just eat eat this?
I
Anyways,
can't start.
how do I describe my love for this? This is like going through a dark tunnel, but then when you open the bag, you just see the light coming out of it. This is like
Don't
when
go
you're
towards the light.
lonely, when you get a phone call from your grandma saying, "Hey, I love you, grandson." You know, this is what these chips remind me of. You know, I agree with the need that these are strong. But the thing is, I love ketchup. I put ketchup on everything. Ketchup's like that one sauce I'll never get tired of. And I could still, I don't know if I could eat from bowls, you know, but I can eat ketchup on its own.
You know what I find strange though? In our experience in Canada over the past couple of days, no one automatically gave us ketchup. We got onion rings.
Yeah.
It was served with honey.
Yeah.
There was no ketchup on the tables.
You know why?
But this.
You know why?
This
though?
is where all the ketchup went.
Exactly. They're using all the ketchup in this. The whole country's supply of ketchup goes towards making these chips.
I think actually, can I rescore it?
Okay.
Better.
I want to give it a 2.
Okay.
And the reason for that is I think this would go great with like burgers.
That is true. That
I
is
think
true.
if I don't have like any other ketchup on the table, I think this would go really well. It has like that crunch. It has that ketchup flavor. I think it would go great with burgers.
Yeah, I think what I was about to say was like, you know how sometimes when we were younger, or even now, like you sometimes make yourself a really nice sandwich,
Yeah.
and then you open the sandwich and you put chips in it.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be the best chip for that.
I agree. Like burgers, grilled cheese, I would 100% put this in.
Like you put this in there, you get a nice crunch, but then you also get that hint of ketchup that you probably would put in a sandwich.
Yeah.
I think this would be like a perfect like sandwich chip
I
to
agree.
put inside like a sandwich.
So there you go. My new official score is a 2.
All right, Canada. So you can be mad at him, but not as mad as you were before. But still, you're probably still mad at him for everything he said so far, and the fact that he's about to eat a different chip right now during this round.
Disrespectful.
But with that being said, that brings us to the end of our snack taste test. So what we're going to do now is we are going to tally up the scores and let you know which snack was number 1. So guys, we have calculated the results for the best snack in our snack taste test, and they were somewhat unexpected because the winner of our snack taste test was the Aero Gold Chocolate Bar. I know, guys, I was surprised myself. We all expected the ketchup chips to run away with it. However, the Aero Gold just narrowly beat it out for first place, while the ketchup chips came in second, tied with 2 other snacks. So there you have it, guys. Our snack taste test is done, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let us know what you think. Let us know your favorite Canadian snack, and also you can comment down below how much you love all of these individual snacks and what's your favorite one that we tried, or if we missed any, you can let us know about those as well. And keep on cooking. Then we're gonna take the average, and at the end, whichever snack has the highest average is the best snack of all the snack tests that we're doing.
It's the best snack of all the snacks.
Are you recording?
Yes, it's recording.
Yeah.
She put that in.
So let's get started. You wanna just grab the first snack?
One.
Whichever one you want, just grab one.